Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something you might think is simple, but is actually a massive, surprisingly sophisticated, multi-million-pound business: high-tech car theft.
You know that feeling, right? That horrible, sinking feeling of pure shock? You come back to where you parked and it's just gone. It feels like a simple street crime, but what you don't realize is you've just become the very first link in a huge, global criminal chain. And the scale of this? It's just staggering. Think about this. In England and Wales, a car gets stolen every 4 minutes. 4 minutes! And it's not just there. We're seeing the same kind of numbers in places like Canada. This isn't just a couple of bad apples, folks. This is a massive and frankly escalating problem.
So, you gotta ask, how are they doing it? And so easily, too. A lot of the time, there's not even a broken window. Well, forget the old crowbar and hot wiring. The answer is high-tech gadgets. Stuff you can literally just buy online that makes stealing a brand new car, well, shockingly simple. It really comes down to two main ways they do this. And they can do it while you're fast asleep in your bed, or even just popping into the shops for 20 minutes. These guys are using some pretty sophisticated tech to basically trick your car into thinking the key is right there.
Okay, so the most common way is something called a relay attack. And it's brazen. One thief actually explained how it works. They just walk up to your front door, wave this little antenna around to catch the signal from your key fob, which is probably just sitting in a bowl by the door. They amplify that signal, and boom, in about 20 seconds, your car is unlocked, started, and driving away. Get this, almost 3 out of every 5 keyless car thefts in the UK, they happen exactly like that. So what about cars that don't have that keyless entry? You'd think they're safer, right? Nope, it's almost just as easy. A locksmith actually showed investigators he could pick the lock, plug a little key programmer into the car's diagnostic port that's usually under the dashboard, and just clone a brand new key right there on the spot. The whole thing, less than 3 minutes, and your car is gone.
So I want you to get this picture out of your head of some lone wolf opportunistic thief. That's not what this is. This is a business. It's a well-oiled criminal machine, and it's built for two things: maximum efficiency and minimum risk for the people running the show. And this quote from a guy who used to be on the inside, it says it all. The whole network is broken up on purpose. It's like a cell structure. The guy stealing the car has no idea who's taking it apart, and that person doesn't know who's shipping it overseas. Why? So if one guy gets caught, he can't rat out the whole operation. It's smart in a criminal kind of way.
And I'm not kidding when I say it's like a real business. They have a full-on supply chain. You've got specialists at every single stage. You have the thieves on the ground who are often stealing specific cars to order. Then it goes to the chop shop, then to storage and logistics, then the exporter, and all the way to the final buyer. It's a production line.
So the second that car's stolen, a clock starts ticking. It's a race against time. The whole operation is laser-focused on one single goal: get that car to a port as fast as possible, before anyone has a chance to track it down. And they're smart about trackers. They know you might have one. So the first thing they do is take the car to what they call a cooling off spot. It could be an industrial park, a garage, whatever. And they use these signal jammers to block any GPS signal coming from the car. Now this is crucial because if the police can't get a precise location, they can't get a warrant to go in and search. The car just vanishes. It becomes a ghost. And just to give you an idea of what the authorities are up against, think about this number: 11,000. That's how many shipping containers go through just one UK port, Felixstowe, every single day, every day. Now imagine trying to find a handful of stolen cars hidden inside that massive constant flow. It's like finding a needle in a whole continent of haystacks. Now, assuming they get the car to the port and into a container, it's usually heading to one of two main places. And each destination serves a totally different purpose for this criminal business. Either it's going to the European Union for the parts market, or it's shipped whole to places like West Africa.
So what actually happens at the end of the line? What's the end game here? Well, the car's fate, whether it gets chopped up into a million pieces or sold for a huge profit, really just depends on where it ends up.
Okay, let's follow the breadcrumbs for one specific car, an Audi A4 that luckily had a hidden tracker inside. So it gets stolen from a driveway in London on February 5th. Right away, it's tracked to a scrapyard in Essex. And then, silence. Until March 15th, when the tracker suddenly pings again. And guess where it is? Lithuania. So after 2 months of this cat and mouse game across Europe, what did the investigators finally find?
Not the car, not even close. The vehicle had been completely dismantled, stripped for every valuable part, all of it sold off into this huge secondhand parts market in Eastern Europe. The only thing left of an 85,000-pound car was its internal wiring. That's it. The car was just gone.
But it's a totally different story for the cars that get shipped to West Africa. It's wild. An investigation in Lagos, Nigeria, found dozens of cars that had just been stolen from Canada sitting right there on used car lots. They're being sold for a massive markup, and you're not going to believe this, sometimes they still have their original Canadian license plates on them.
And this right here, this is the why. This is the powerful economic engine that's driving this whole global crime wave. Just look at these profit margins. A Lexus RX 350, right? It's worth about 60,000 Canadian dollars new. Well, you ship it to Nigeria, and it sells for 85,000. That's why they do it. It's an incredibly low-risk, super high-reward business for the syndicates at the top.
Okay, so you've got this super sophisticated global operation and it's running like clockwork. So what's the real cost here? I mean, beyond the stolen car. And maybe the most important question is, who's actually footing the bill for all this?
Well, let's be blunt. The odds are stacked overwhelmingly in the criminals' favor. I mean, just look at this chart. In England and Wales, out of all the cars reported stolen, only a measly 3.4% ever lead to someone actually being charged. 3.4%! It's just staggering.
And please, don't think this is a victimless crime. It's not. An officer from the National Vehicle Crime Intelligence Service put it perfectly. We all pay for this. How? Because there's a knock-on effect. Our insurance premiums go through the roof. Just in Canada, it's estimated to cost the public over $1 billion a year. $1 billion.
And really, that's what it all boils down to, isn't it? From the tech and the very keys we carry to the thousands and thousands of shipping containers that leave our ports every single day without being checked, you start to feel like the whole system is practically designed to be exploited. It's become a global production line for crime, and it's all happening in broad daylight. And it just leaves you with one big question. What on earth would it actually take to shut this whole thing down for good?